In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can draw a boxplot chart in Excel. First of all, maybe what is a boxplot visualization? A boxplot is just a method in order to visualize our data, particularly numerical data, and we want to visualize the distribution of our data, but also somehow the spread, the skewness of our data, but also the locality of our data. And I've already prepared some data for you, as you can see here. So the sales of a company, we have different data points. And now we want to create a box plot in order to visualize the distribution of the data. And to do this, we have in total 5 options, which I want to illustrate you now. The first option is very easy. We just go on Insert, and there we have different visualizations in Excel, such as also the statistic charts. And what you can see here also is the box and whisker visualization, which is already the box plot we want to create. If we click on this, then we have also a description, as you can see. And what is also special here is that we can now select our data new. So that means we have 2 possibilities. We can first select our data and then create the visualization, or we can first create the visualization and then select our data. This is what we're gonna do. So we can just use the right click and click on select data, and then we can add a new data series. We can also give a name for this data series, just as boxplot sales. So for our sales database, and then we can here select the series values, which we can see here on the left side. And once we have selected everything, then we can easily create our box plot. How did I select the data so fast? I used a shortcut on the keyboard. I pressed Control, also Shift and arrow down. And if we click on OK now, and then OK in this dialog, then we've already created our box plot, which we can see here. This was the first option. The second option is to use the searching bar, which you can see on the top here in your menu bar. You can also use the shortcut Alt and Q, so you can press this shortcut. And this is not only interesting for searching different visualization types, but also searching for formulas or click buttons in Excel. You can almost find everything just by the search bar. And then we can give in something like statistic chart, insert statistic chart, and then you can see here box and whisker. And then we already have an empty chart, and here again we can go on right click, select data, and then we can select our data series. This is the second possibility. Let's have a look at the third. The third possibility is that we just select everything. You can also do this with the shortcut Control and A. And then after, you can also go on Insert and then go to a box and whisker. And as you can see, we already have our visualization. Let's go on with number 4. And there we can also select our data. Just select everything with Control A or Control, Shift and arrow down. And then after, once we've select everything, then we can go to Insert, and then we do not have to select a specific chart, such as a box plot. We can also go to recommended charts, and this is pretty interesting in Excel because we have here different recommendations already how we can visualize our data. For instance, we can also move on now to a bar chart or also to a line chart to visualize the distribution of our data. But we can also hand over to a box and whisker, and then we can also find our box plot. Let's have a look at the last option, how you can easily create a box plot in Excel. This is also easy. Once you select everything, so your data series, then you can also press Control and Q. This is a really specific shortcut and helps a lot just to get much faster in Excel, because then you can easily go to charts, and then again also to more charts and recommended charts, where you can also select the box and whisker chart. In the end, of course, we also want to understand how we can analyze our data now in this visualization type. This is our Boxplot, and what we can see here is the lowest and the highest data point, or let's say the minimum and the maximum. We can also see the median, so the second quartile, and we can also see the first and the third quarter, and with those segments or data points we can easily analyze our data. Of course, there are a lot of other things possible. We can also create a Boxplot for multiple data series, and we can also go further into the analysis of our Boxplot, but this we will do in another video.